How's everyone doing? I'm King Heracross here, and today I got a rather good, special video for y'all. So, as you'll notice, I have not been on for, like 2 weeks? 3? Don't know, but, I thought I'd give y'all a video to come back with. Oh wow, it's been 3 weeks. But, I'm sorry guys, I just have not been able to find a good time to record a video. I've been very busy with school. A lot has just been going on, and I haven't really not had the time to record, or any good time either. So, but today that changes. So I'm gonna make a video for y'all, and I hope you enjoy it all. Oh, and I also noticed, I hit 4,000 subscribers. I just want to say thank you so much for 4,000 subscribers. This means a lot to me. So I'm going to do a giveaway, and I will show y'all that after I show off my list. But, well, it's not my list, but it's towards list. But after I show off this list, I'll go on to about the giveaway, and then, we'll go on to the matches. So, here's what, basically the idea. So this is just Excadrill Control. This is made by Reklev, one of the most well-known Pokemon players of all time, basically. And he took Excadrill and made it into a control deck. So the main star, of course, is Excadrill. It's Rototiller attack. Shuffle 4 cards from your discard pile back to your deck. This is basically the Oranguru of this current format, except this is stage 1. And they don't get put at the bottom of it. Honestly, I think this is a great idea. I never considered making Excadrill into control because we had a Oranguru, and I don't even think I remembered about this card being existent, so I never considered making it. But then Tord came out and decided to make it, and here's his newest list, basically, that I'm reviewing. I did not make any changes. This is just what I'm going off. I'm going to review the deck and play some games to show you how it runs. This deck also plays 3/3 Cinccino line. This is just your main draw support, discard a card, and draw 2. This is the trade that Zoroark-GX had. But, well, this is the trade ability, basically, that was on Zoroark-GX that saw a lot of play back when, like, Pidgeotto control wasn't. Wait. I'm stupid. Just in control in general. I don't know why I said Pidgeotto control, because Pidgeotto is your main draw engine. My bad, but, yeah, y'all kind of get the idea. Basically, this is just a Zoroark of this current format, except with a bad attack. We also play Silvally. The reason this deck plays Silvally, and I get it, is because late game, usually you're going to run out of cards to discard with Cinccino, and you're sometimes not going to be able to continuously control your opponent until they deck out. So to have Silvally in this deck is really good, because you can just draw if you have 5 cards to your hand. Therefore, you can draw the remaining cards in your deck, so you can just constantly use them, instead of having to discard resources that are already in your hand to get those cards. Because sometimes you're going to have like a 0-card hand, and you're going to have to get 4 cards back into the deck. And you're not going to have anything to discard to draw the extra cards, because you need all those resources. So that's where Silvally comes in. It's a great addition. Then of course you got Excadrill, your main, the Oranguru's deck. Show 4 cards from your pile into your deck. Great way to get back your resources, great way to control. We also play 2 Jirachi. This is just so you can go through the deck quicker, along with Cinccino and maybe Silvally. And it's just a great way to get your cards out. Now this deck does play 1 Lucario Melmetal. I get it, it's for the full Metal Wall GX to discard energy sets attached to your opponent's active. I don't think it's needed, so if you want to take it out, you can. Personally, I probably would. I just don't think it's needed, because you're not always going to need to discard from the active due to the fact that you're trying to lock something like a Crobat or your Dene or anything like that in the active, instead of just like their main attacker that they can build up. And then this deck, of course, also plays Zacian, because every controller mill played Zacian for that extra draw support. Draw 3 cards, your turn ends. It's a great addition to the deck and definitely helps out. You also play Mew. This just prevents stuff from doing damage to the bench, like for example Tag Bolt. Even though Pikachu's Equine is not as popular anymore, Mew is still a nice addition, and I like it. I like it because sometimes there's ways to snipe the bench, like also with the Decidueye. The Decidueye can snipe the bench and take multiple KOs, so that could be a problem, so Mew comes in to save the day. You also play 3 Weezing. The reason we play 3 Weezing is for Surrender Now, which when you discard with Jessie James, well, when you discard this card with Jessie James, you get to discard an extra card from your opponent's hand, which can be very beneficial because if they have a 3-card hand, you can go ahead and Jessie James discard a Weezing and then lock them by Chip-Chip Ice Axe, by using Chip-Chip Ice Axe in order to control their top decks and lock them. It's really good, and I like the inclusion of it. Moving on to the trainers, we play 2 Chip-Chip Ice Axe, and now y'all already know Control plays this because it controls what your opponent draws. You get to look at the top 3 cards of your opponent's deck and choose one of them and then put it on the top while you shuffle the others back to their deck. It's just a great way to control what your opponent's going to get, and then so you can discard it later on with Jessie and Jane. It's a great card. We also play one of those Pokédolls. The reason is just so if you have nothing to promote to the active besides your support mons, you can send those Pokédolls to the active until you can get a Pokemon that you can promote to the active spot to kind of leave there while you set up your bench. So if you have nothing that you can send into the active besides one of your support mons, I would say have a loose Pokédoll. And then we play 2 Ordinary Rod. This is just so you can get your Excadrills, your Zacians, your Cinccinos, your Silvallis, and some of your energy back, because you only play 2 fighting energy, and so usually trying to get back your energy is very, very important. We also play 1 Pal Pad. This is just so when we rotate Tiller, if you need to get more cards back, we can get, well, like supporters, we can get Pal Pad instead of just 2 supporters, and then use Pal Pad to shuffle the supports back into the deck. We also play 4 Pokémon Communication because we're going to most likely have a lot of Pokemon in our hand due to the fact that we're going to have a big hand. So to have 4 Pokemon Communication, swap Pokemon from your hand with ones in your deck that you need is very beneficial. We also play 4 Quick Ball because every deck plays Quick Ball. Plus, this is because a lot of the support mods evolution, so you need to get the basics out, or some of the main support mods are basics, like Zacian. So it's great to have 4. We play 2 Reset Stamp. This is just so when your opponent is ahead of prizes, because you don't want them to be ahead of prizes. Usually you want them to have at least like 3 prizes remaining. And so you can stamp them to 3, Jessie James plus Weezing. It's a great way to lower your opponent's hand size, and being able to discard those cards as well. We play 2 Galar Mine. This is just so you can easily lock your opponent's active, because in this deck you're going to have a lot of switching options and you're not going to really retreat as much. So Galar Mine really doesn't affect you, but it affects more your opponent because you're locking them and getting like switch and all that. So that's very beneficial. Then we also play Wondrous Labyrinth. This is just so we could stall any like ADP decks or just any deck in general. This is just so they need 1 more energy to attack, and so we could stall them out while we set up, and it can be really good in certain scenarios. You also play 3 Bird Keeper. This is your main switch, and it helps you go through the deck because you can switch your active from your bench and draw 3 cards. Very beneficial. We also play 2 Boss Sorters. This is just so you can get your opponent's Crobats, your Dedenes, their non-setup mons from the bench to the active spot, so then you can get Galar Mine and constantly lock them into the active and constantly get rid of their resources. Now, this deck also plays one Giovanni's Exile. I at first didn't understand why, but then I realized, oh wait, this is just so you get stuff like Zacian off the bench or something late game. You don't need it. Because late game, once you have like 4 cards in your deck, you're not going to need Zacian, because that just ends your turn. And you're going to want to constantly get the cards out of the deck, so you constantly lock, constantly rototiller, and y'all get the point. So to have Giovanni's Exile can be really good in certain scenarios. We also play 3 Jessie James. Like I said, both players, it's very good. Both players discard 2 cards from their hand, and it's not that big of a drawback for you. It's a great card to go against your opponent because they have to get rid of resources. And with Weezing, that causes them to get rid of more resources, which is very, very, very good. And then we play 3 Lieutenant Surge's strategies. This is just so we are able to kind of go through certain situations that we need to play this, but we also need to play this. So like say you need to switch out of the active, and you need to discard a card from your opponent's hand. Well, perfect. You can use Bird Keeper, and you can use Jessie James. Perfect 2 cards to use, and Lieutenant Surge allows you to do that. Now, moving on to the energy, we play 4 Capture Energy. This is just so we can get our basics like Zacian, Minccino, Drilbur, all that stuff out when we aren't able to with like stuff like Quick Ball. Very good, and plus it's a great retreat option. So like if you just need some extra cards to use to retreat, by all means go right ahead. Then when you play 2 Fighting Energies, this is just so we can use Rototiller to shuffle our cards back into our deck, and it's really good. Alright, so that's basically the whole entire deck. So now so we'll move on to our matches, but first I want to talk to y'all about the giveaway. So let me find it. So basically, this is just what I want to do. I just really want to say thank you for that subscribers. I really didn't expect to get this far, but I really want to try to pay it back. So I'm gonna do a little giveaway. I'm gonna leave a link, I'm gonna leave some stuff in the description on how to enter this giveaway. It's very simple. All I'm gonna want you to do is, you don't have to be subscribed to this channel, but all I ask from you is you just leave a comment what your favorite deck is, what your IGN is, and that's it. All I'm gonna ask for is just what's your favorite deck and what's your IGN. And what you'll get if you win the giveaway is you'll get 3 Kangaskhan, the Darkness Blaze pre-release promo, which has the good attack rally back, which can do 120 if one of your Pokemon were knocked out during your opponent's last turn for 2 energy. This is not really used, but it can be a good card, and plus it's a pre-release promo. Here's one of the pre-release promo. And then we got Flapple, the Rebel Clash pre-release promo. I really haven't seen Flapple see much play, but it can be a good in like road decks like Sableye, Flapple. So if y'all need some bling for like Sableye, Flapple, if you're trying to build that, then I got a promo that I'm giving away to you. I'm also giving away an Arctozolt Darkness Blaze pre-release promo, which is honestly a good card. It basically is 2 Frozen Cities as a Pokemon. Because when you're attaching energy from... Wait, hold on. Actually, no, it is Frozen. Just 1 Frozen City as a stadium. I mean, as a Pokemon. Because when your opponent attaches an energy from their hand to one of your Pokemon, you put 2 damage counters on it. It could be really nice for Sableye, or it could be really nice for anything that relies on damage counters being on the board. I also am giving 2 Galarian Berserker Sword and Shield pre-release promos. Not the most amazing one, but I know some people like the Tekken like ADPZ or Localization, so I thought it would be nice to add in. I'm also giving 3 Pikachu Vs away. I tried the deck. I really don't... It's not one of my most favorite decks, but it's really good. It's honestly a good road deck, and I know Pikachu V has been going up in price because of how good it's been. So I decided why not give 3 away to a lucky winner. And then the main prize of all is a Crobat V. I thought that this was such a huge milestone that I had to do something big. So I thought, why not give away a Crobat V? So that's exactly what I'm doing. So whoever wins this giveaway will be lucky enough to get a Crobat V. So anyways, that's basically it. So let's go ahead and I guess move on to the match. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into our first match. I'm going to try to play 2 to 3 matches, but usually control takes a long time, so I'm probably going to play 2. Maybe even 1 if the match takes a while. But 1 match is all you'll really need to understand how this deck works. But, because this deck's very straightforward. So let's see where we start off. Okay, so we start off with a mulligan. Not the best. So, but I mean, it's pretty good for us because they get to draw an extra card. But they also get to see what we're playing. So, I mean... Okay, so this is not exactly the most exciting hand. I'm going to start off with Drilbur. Because I don't want Lucario Melmetal to be stuck in the active and then get KO'd. Okay, so we got an Inteleon at VMAX deck. This should be an interesting matchup, honestly, because you got Frostmoth, that they're playing. No, I can't lock it in the active now because they have Air Balloon on it. But I can probably lock the Inteleon active. So, I'm gonna Pokemon Communication, get rid of you, and I'm gonna get Minccino. I think that was the best bet, and then I'm gonna quick ball with Excadrill, and then so I can get Zacian. This is, you want Zacian as early as you can get it, so you can get that extra draw support. So like I'm like Intrepid Sword. So now I should be all good, and now it should be rolling. Now I'm debating, do I want to try to get Jirachi, or do I want to try to get... Okay, they're gonna switch into the Snob. I guess that makes sense, because they're probably gonna try to get Frostmoth and attach another energy with Frostmoth. Okay, this hand is not exactly the best, but it's not the worst. I'm trying to think, what do I want to get? So I got a data change, so that's fine. They're gonna Evo Instance, so they're gonna get Frostmoth, I'm guessing. And then they're from what I'm guessing, they're gonna just attach to Inteleon and then Max Bullet. And they're probably going to do 60 to the Minccino. I probably need to get Mew out of here. Probably my best 2 cards I need to get. Oh. Well then. Alright, so they're going to take double knockouts. This is not the situation you ideally want to be in when playing control, but you gotta learn how to get out of these situations as well. So, I'm gonna send Mew in, and then I'm gonna get Null right in this just so I can have Silvally in case if I need to, just in case if I need to get that extra draw support into my hand. But I probably should have gotten Jirachi. And they're gonna bring that one. Yep. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna Galar Mine out. Then we're gonna disc reload for 1. See what we can get. Alright, so we got Boss's Orders. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up the Den, and then I'm just gonna Intrepid Sword. This is just so I can hopefully lock the Den for a little bit while I set up. And they got switch. Yikes. I think this is gonna be a loss for us, but you never know. Let me think. So I'm gonna Pokemon Communication, Weezing, and then I'm gonna get Jirachi. And then I'm gonna Bird Keeper. Then I'm gonna Stellar Wish. Get Wondrous Labyrinth out. Then I'm gonna do that, and right now it's kind of 50-50. If they have the energy, that's a loss, and then we'll move on to a second game. If they have if they don't have the energy, great, we stall. Okay, they have the energy. And let's go. Yeah, Inteleon's kind of a tough matchup for me. Well, for this deck, especially if they KO the Mew, because they can snipe so much damage, which is a huge problem. Alright, so now we're gonna move on to a second match, and then I'm probably gonna end the video off, or I'll go into a third match if this one is taking long. But again, with control, it takes forever sometimes in matches, so. Ideally, I'm pretty sure you want to go first with control. So, this hand is a yikes. This is not exactly what you want to start off with, but something. And we're going against Mad Party. Okay, right now I think I want to try to go with Jirachi. And then yeah, I'm gonna try with Sword. So Mad Party is a good matchup for me, because they're gonna have so many Dedennings on the bench. I'm gonna be able to lock them. I don't want to lock one of their Rangaroo because they most likely play Scoop Up Net. I would highly doubt it if they didn't play Scoop Up Net. But yeah. So let's see what we can do next. So they're gonna get a lot of damage on it already. They may even take a KO turn 1. I'm not gonna call it a KO turn 1, but they may. But we'll see. Alright, so... Oh, my opponent doesn't have the energy. How lovely. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to Bird Keeper into the Jirachi. We're going to put Drilbur on the bench. See what we can get. I'm going to go ahead and get Chip-Chip Ice Axe. We already got a Ball Sword in our hand, so we don't need it. And then since I got such a big hand, I'm going to Quick Ball with a Mew. We get Minccino. This is just so, because Silvally is not needed right now, because I'm not a low hand size. But now what we're going to do is we're going to trap with Sword. Okay, perfect. We got Pokémon Communication. That means I can get another Minccino out so I can get ready to get a second Cinccino. Alright, so let's see what my opponent does now. My opponent may even went AFK. If they pass, I'm pretty sure they just went AFK, and I'm fine with that. just gives me more time. But it does get annoying because this is just me kind of sitting here while I'm waiting for my opponent to auto pass, whatever it is, where the game passes. Okay, so he's back, and alright, so we got Poltegeist. Now he's gonna have draw support, so he's gonna TD break. And he's gonna attach to a Poltegeist. I would guess he has to switch, because if he didn't, I don't understand why he attached to that. I really feel like he was relying on Primary Wisdom to switch. Does he not have a switch or something? Why did they discard the Professor's Research? Oh, because he has another research thing. Okay, that makes sense. So he discards the boss. Makes sense. He's just kind of getting rid of those Eva instances. And he conceded. Okay, so that wasn't exactly the most longest of games, but we're gonna move on to our third match. And then I'll end off the video for the night. Alright. So I wonder what my opponent exactly is playing. Alright, so we lost one. Now let's see what our opponent's playing. Okay, this hand's not the worst, but it's not the best either. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to bench that. Let's see. Okay, they have Jirachi active. There's Solar Wish for a quick ball. Okay, so they're playing Reklev, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put Zacian up here, and then I'm gonna use Galar Mine, and then I'm gonna quick ball away the Giovanni's Exile to get Minccino. And then I'm gonna bench it and interpret swords. So let's see what my opponent can do. Alright, so it looks like they're just gonna item lock me. I've went against this matchup before. They're gonna try to knock out my Zacian, and then but they'll use their second attack in order to do that, and then I'll have a turn to not get item locked. So, but hopefully that's what they do. Let me think. I'm gonna discard a Weezing, and then I'm gonna capture energy, getting Minccino out, and then I'm gonna Intrepid Sword. Okay, so they're gonna team Yelgrunt. It doesn't make sense exactly, but it's fine. So we're gonna make do, getting rid of Minccino, because ideally we only want two. Cinccino, you know what I mean? And then what we're gonna do is capture energy to get Jirachi, so then we can Bird Keeper. and promote that active. And then we're gonna Stellar Wish for Surge, I guess. And then we're gonna Intrepid Sword. This is a very weird situation. You just have to hope that they... Okay, so they're gonna Crushing Hammer. That's fine. That's fine. I'm guessing they're not gonna ping the Jirachi? So let's see. Honestly, I think they should have just pinged the Jirachi twice and then used Paralyzing Bolt for the knockout. Whatever. Okay, so they're gonna Professor's Research. Alright, so I think they were stalling. I don't know why they didn't just, bring the other Reklev up. But, whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna boss them up, so hopefully next turn I can get be able to use items again. So let's see. There's Drilbur. And then we're gonna just Intrepid Sword. Alright. Let's see if they get hits. Nope. Okay. This is fine. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna promote the Zacian, just to kind of bait them into trying to KO it, and then I'm gonna capture energy, getting another Drilbur out, and then I'm gonna make do, getting rid of a Quick Ball, excuse me. Then I'm gonna make do again, getting rid of Lucario Melmetal, because I don't need it. Then we're gonna Intrepid Sword. So as you can see, I've been through my deck. So hopefully what they do is okay, fair enough. And then I'm just gonna make do once and then pass. Okay. So we're just gonna pass again. Alright, taking the bait. Okay. So let's just shuffle some cards back to the deck. Alright, so they clearly see through the bait and do not get greedy and use Super Zap, which on their end is very smart. Here's what I'm gonna do. I believe I put back boss, right? Yep. And then I'm just gonna force them to discard some cards. And then force them to surrender now. And then we'll just rototiller, get a Mew, and you, and you, and you. So I just need one turn, that's all I need, one turn, where they don't item lock me. If I can get just one turn where they don't item lock me, I will be fine for the rest of the game. Oh, I think that's so well played. Oh, and they scoop. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the video off right here. We had 3 short matches, but they all gathered up to a long video. And I don't want this editing process to be too long, because I gotta edit the video, I gotta get the music and all that. So I'm gonna end the video off right here. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. If y'all did, make sure you like, subscribe, and all that, and comment for the giveaway and all that. So anyways, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.